Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing? I guess technically almost this afternoon. It's like 10:30. It's 10:30. I am in my office space, unlike I usually am. I usually am outside, but it's hot already. It's already getting hot, and I have some beautiful clients the rest of the day, and so I decided to just sit on my office couch and do my live stream. So you get the inside, a small portion of the inside view of my office space that I actually love. It's got such a great energy. I really do love my office. I feel very blessed. It's always got like a really fluid, amazing energy in it. And there's so many pieces of my office that just make me smile. But that is not the topic. So the topic of desire keeps popping up here and there over the last week or two. And desire is not a really unusual topic for me as a sex coach. Like, people all the time, I'm always talking to people about desire, but recently it's really been coming up. And it is the desire to not own your desire. So there is so many people that I'm talking with right now, both in my personal life and in as far as clients, that are really struggling to own their desires. And we all have these moments, I believe. At least I know I do. I know I'm perfect. No, I'm perfect. I have no issues owning any of my desires. No, we all have moments where we go, can I really own that? Can I step in? Can I claim that? What is somebody else going to think of me if I share that? What am I going to think of me if I own that concept, or I own that I have this fantasy, or I own that I need space, or I own that I actually want more closeness, that I own that I want to leave my job, whatever it is. And I don't want to leave my job. I fucking love my job. But desires in any area of our lives, but especially our desires in the bedroom, we really struggle to own them. And I've been talking to several people who are in relationship, and they're like, if I own that fantasy, if I own that desire, what is that going to mean for my partner? And in truth, it becomes this weird stepping out of integrity when we don't own our desires, when we don't tune into our bodies and go, that actually does arouse me, and it's okay. We like to think that a desire, sharing a desire, I don't care if it is a sexual fantasy, it is what you want for your birthday, it is the money you desire, it is the love you desire, whatever it is, a lack of sharing your desires leads to a lack of integrity. When we choose to really own our desires and go, yes, I actually do find it arousing when this happens, or this happens in my relationship, or that I have that fantasy. When we truly own it, we are stepping into integrity with our partners. So I was talking with a man, and he was like, well, if I watch my woman with another man, I might feel desire. I might feel turned on. And then I'm going to feel all these things, and then I'm going to own that with her. And what happens? And I'm like, you're in integrity. You're just owning a desire. Just because you're saying that's arousing, or you're saying like that's a fantasy, doesn't mean that it has to become a reality. Just because we own a desire, just because we ask for something in our world, does not equal that we have to go and do it, or that the other person has to go and do it. So if I say to you, and this example actually came up yesterday, and I think it's actually a beautiful example. The person that it came from, it's going to be like, really, Addison, you use that? But it was a beautiful example. If it's my birthday and I go, I want these 10 things, like these are the things I desire, and I ask people, I go, hey, I'm sharing my desire. I'm sharing that, I really want this, and I want a trip, and I want a new television, and I want a new computer, and blah, 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 whatever it is. if I'm sharing those desires, it is then on that other person's side to go, well, I desire to get that for her. I desire to buy that for Addison, or I desire not to. The same thing goes in our bedroom. I can have my lover tell me he desires to go and do something way out of my comfort zone. And guess what? I can respect his desire. I can go, yeah, like I hear that. And it's okay that you have that desire without feeling that I must step into that desire. That is called a boundary. And what we struggle with our desires is that we have not built strong boundaries in our relationships. And so we hear somebody else's desire and we think we're obligated or they're obligated to lean into them. But what ends up happening is when we do not share our desires, we really do step into a lack of integrity in our relationships. We're holding back a piece of us, and our partner will feel that. We are stealing an opportunity for us to potentially have more pleasure, to potentially have more joy. We are shutting down our abundance, our law of attraction now. We're talking on a spiritual perspective right now. We shut down our receiving because we're not willing to ask. We're not willing to ask. And this has actually even been something coming in my own life recently where I'm going, oh, okay, like I stopped asking for that desire. I shut this down. I shut that down. And really going, it's okay if I have this desire. It's okay if I like this or I like that or that's a turn on or that's arousing to me. It's okay that I have these desires. Doesn't mean that this person or that person has to provide me that desire. If they would like to, that's great. But the desire isn't the issue. The desire is never the issue. It's how you feel about the desire. It's how you're shaming the desire. It's how potentially your partner, your friend, your mother, your children, I don't care, are viewing your desire and their shit. Then we get into other people's shit, which is not our business. We just get to own, yeah, that's a desire. That's a desire. So like, for example, I'll give you an example. So like, if the guy I'm dating right now, and he wouldn't, but if he came to me, he's like, I desire to have sex with another man, I probably would be like, I don't have that same desire. I don't have that same desire to see my man having sex with another man. Like, it's not one of my turn-ons. Now, if it's a turn-on for you, awesome. Like, that's cool. Like, not judging. But for me, that's not a turn-on. That's not arousing. And so if he was to say that, I would be like, okay, like, you're allowed to have that desire. But for me, I'd be able to go like, that's not a desire of mine. And it really would be that simple. It would be, okay, I hear you have that desire. You hear my lack of desire there. And actually it would be beautiful because he would be standing in his integrity and I would be standing in my integrity. And then there's the dance of figuring out how to get people's needs met. How to get people's needs met in a relationship. And that gets complicated, and I'm not going into all of that. But what I'm saying is, when we share ourselves, when we share our true desires, when we share our true turn-ons, and I'm using a lot of sexual stuff here, but guess what? That's in life. We truly share ourselves with somebody else. We allow somebody into our inner world. We are being vulnerable. We are trusting. We are actually getting in integrity with ourselves. Because if we're not owning it, with the people in our life, not everybody, we don't have to walk around and share with everybody, but if we're not able to truly own it, especially a sexual desire with somebody we are already having sex with, then that is showing us that we have our own shit within us, that we really have to clear out, that we have to get comfortable owning our desires. And like I said, I've had so many clients right now working on that, and I have one gentleman who he'll see these pretty women and he's like, it's wrong to feel this way. I'm like, why is it wrong to feel arousal? Why is it wrong to feel desire? No, you're not going to walk up to a random woman and throw her down. Like, that would be inappropriate for the situation you're talking about. but it's okay to feel the desire. If you don't feel your desire, guess what? We shut our shit down. We shut our chakra systems down. We get all up in our heads. We shut so much down. We stop feeling ourselves. And in order to really start feeling yourself, in order to own who you are, you have to own your desires. And the first place to start is I'm going to give everybody a homework assignment, which I give to all my clients usually, is to really spend like 10 minutes just writing, what do I desire? And just allow yourself to have that free flow of energy and just going. And even if you get to the end of the 10 minutes and you've owned like 50 million desires and you go, I wrote this down, but it's not truly a desire of mine. Like I owned it, but like this is actually what the desire is. Even if it's not perfect, it's about getting that energy moving of desire and speaking your desires and owning them first within yourself. And then going out and taking the risk, taking the chance to own your desires with those that you are closest in relationship to. Go own your sexual desires with your partner. You don't have to throw them all out at once. I get it. Sometimes you got to breathe into it. But go and start owning your sexual desires with partners. Own your desires in just your life of like, I desire some connection time with my best friend. I desire a beautiful date with my husband. Anything. Really start to own those little desires and watch how your energy and your life really starts expanding. The issue is, not the issue, I don't want to put that word on that, but where you're going to have to watch out for, and this is another piece of the homework, is when you ask for a desire, if someone doesn't give it to you, how do you respond? Where do you have expectations behind your desires? Because this is the issue with our desires. A lot of times we build up this expectation that if we own a desire, that somebody has an expectation to fulfill that desire, which is not true. So this is the second piece of that homework. So as we start to own those desires, you're going to have to step in and go, I asked for that desire and it's not in alignment with them. And then to sit and go, I'm not going to judge myself, but I'm also not going to be angry at this other person. And dealing with all that emotion and really processing through that. Just trying to call me in the middle of my live stream. So really processing through that. But if you want to step into integrity, you have to step into your desires. And if you are not owning your desires with the people in your life and those you love, then guess what? You are out of integrity. You're out of integrity with yourself and out of integrity in your relationships. So on a separate note, before I go see my amazing fucking clients and then go spend some time with my boyfriend, this afternoon, we're going to throw some axes, have some fun, laughter this evening. But before I let you guys go, so I only have like 2 more weeks left of my consult special. So if you have ever thought about working with me, my consults are 50% off. They will not be 50% off starting August 1st. So do not wait. Get on my calendar now. Then I have the Cock Connective coming up, which is happening August 1st. If you are a man, get your ass signed up for this workshop. We have Orgasm Camp coming up. I think we're pretty much almost sold out, but go and check. So we are sold out for the in-person, but we have an online option. You have asked and we have given. So check out the online option for that workshop. Then we also have oral intimacies coming up next weekend. So go check on the calendar for the 25th. And you can register for that either online or in person. We have both options. We have so many options coming up with all our workshops. So go to addisonbell.net, click on the events tab, and you can find it all online, in person, doesn't matter. And then get your ass onto my schedule for a free, or not free, a 50% off consult or a free discovery call. So you can find all of that information on my website. Or just pop me a message. Please like, share, help me get my content out there, and let me know if you have any questions. So I know that this is a sensitive topic, but yeah, it's super important that we really start to own our desires and own who we are, because you can't own who you are without owning your desires. So, all right, guys, go recover your life. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Bye, guys.